CIDI Uganda has for a couple of years engaged in several projects to tackle the community livelihood challenges that affect the community. And today, following the reduction and empowerment of the Teenage Mothers and School Dropout Project funded by the Seniors Without Borders, we travel to numerous destinations to follow up on a few of the project beneficiaries, starting with the teenage mothers who, after completing the skilling at the Learning Center, were brought for another refresher and internship in cobbler weaving and shoemaking in Soroti town.
Kasanga kukune ajal apesule ribeto jala ya bekota pesule poti kile jala kama na isia oya barete so aya ngasi kwa sababu wadi kamu wala contract aboni ni wala teno le tunaida na mkamba abu modaje.
I'm called as Christopher. We make shoes from here, crafty shoes. I also train people from this place. For the girls to make such a perfect shoe, they need at least these two machines. The scoring machine, which is this one, which goes at around 1 million. Then the sewing machine also, which goes at around 1.5.
In a similar success, we set off to different parishes and villages of Bweri sub-county, where we met Rebecca, who after going through hardships of being a teenage mother and failed marriage.
Asege Rebecca, arai monika tunaka nyambo, alomunite ngochala lo Bweri, etemu Bweri, ngara kinango CIDI. Arainga pese na bwalote dukone abwenga wanyi chani ametulete obwega ngamola abomuni ngore obunelo si enereke dikauriaka bejaye project bejaye oja ekota pesur neja sore ne wanyi tosi chan me mameja utene Abundo ngoda usemero na uja apedo dongo na ikunai ashomana abonge tojoka se unini address araknya project ngon abongo da pedo ekopa misirigini this and ISIS ano age una business nara bwenge sisha boro lepo otoma project ngon.
Betty, together with her colleagues, picked a passion to pursue catering after their rehabilitation at the Teenage Mothers Learning Center. And now they own a group catering restaurant.
My name is Aliba Keti. I'm 19 years. I dropped out of school when I was 16 years old. I dropped in senior 2 when I conceived. After conceiving, I came back to the village. When I came back home from school, my mother was not happy with me. She decided to mistreat me. She could even chase me. She could even refuse me to eat the food. Like when I cook food, she could just deny me. Like when you serve food in the plate. Now that time when you are eating, putting in the mouth, she could just shake my hand and she pours away the food. Now may I say that if my real mother could do to me like this, now where will I be? I became confused. Not until I called my auntie. Now my auntie told me that you come and we stay this way. Now when I went there, on that process of me staying with my auntie, somebody convinced her from the village. And I came back home when the womb was 7 months. Now I stayed home not until I gave birth. After giving birth, life was not easy. I could not even buy soap. I couldn't even treat the child. I couldn't even dress the baby. I could not even buy food for myself, including even the baby. even medicine for the baby. But when the LOC1 came, he advised me of CIDI, and after being registered in the project, there were 4 enterprises. There was tailoring, catering, hairdressing, and crafts. But I decided to go for catering. I said tailoring, I cannot. After they opened for us this restaurant, I'm now able to pay school fees for my daughter, because the child is also in top class now. And even my lifestyle, I can cater for her, I can treat her. Me, in 5 years now, I think I will be a teacher by profession. That is my dream, because after we pay ourselves, I don't use that money anyhow. I have to take it to a saving group, and at the end of the term, that money is the one I will again go and borrow and lend some money from the group, then I use for paying my school fees.
After successfully finishing the crochet and craft skilling under the project, Sarah, on the other hand, saved with her fellow group members and successfully purchased a machine for making sweaters.
Aneni akupuni ya bakabi walika pesuru ne utosore elio ngetelo CIDI akalo na ngakupuru etojo kumodai kona kinai aloma ulio ngetela kai lo CIDI aloma ngolio ngetelo CIDI agare ngode shishe nene alo sene lo semero kwa pe kuele ra student apesa dopet alo stagiare donyonyone aidonye sweaters adomar dongo sekunete dong alo maragiare donye sweatana donye tinge sweatana tojo kete bodongo tojo ketengo ara munyoni amwalimu akiche polo bara nunga mwalimu ishana kitingi dwe ito monare learning center
Akiro Tian kino sei donye sweatana
Nyika ali agengo esisiana ni
Yaunja tingi o sheke do sheke anu jadu mune every point sharp point then I supporting less weather.
Word about the project spread that it even attracted some boys who started their own teenage father and school dropout advocacy group.
I'm called by the names Adopt William, teenage father from Maukot. It was I got to know CIDI through a debate. We had a debate with the teenage mothers with the title who to be blamed for teenage parenting. Got inspired me as a drunkard person, saw how girls' lives change through skilling, savings, and how they talk, how they will communicate in the meetings. We consulted through advocacy, and we arranged a group and mobilized a group of 30 teenage fathers and some school dropouts to form a group called Aukoto Teenage Fathers School Dropouts and Advocacy Group. They approved their budget of 4 to 5 million for our group, and we are ready to receive that money for buying the machines and even paying the girls who are going to teach us about shoemaking. And with that knowledge, we can help others also to teach them how to make shoes and how to change their lives.
Furthermore, the advanced advocacy beneficiaries now are learning more at home, especially in relationship to sustainable agricultural practices.
Jessica kakarakisunal kenyuni alom tungo chala lotti donga awoja arainga advocacy. So elo musidi 2019 abu saloma skapa advocacy. So tusaja uno so training alomana rokalia Emuria green pepper jai baboso kide kitchen garden borongun keriswa maiso amraite bebene jarelo chalo.
My name's Auta Bernard from Okole village, Okoto sub-county, Okoto parish. So I'm here as LC1 of the village called Okole village. Otherwise I work again as chairperson advocacy team of Okoto. I'm 54 years. I'm a farmer growing simsim, cassava, and even rearing animals. Parents of the dropouts, we always advise them to maintain those children go back to school so that their future will be a good future. The challenge we have been facing is this. Before, the parents themselves, they were not allowing their girls to go back to school. They were saying they wanted to eat from their girls to make them get married. Then second, they were saying if the girl gets pregnant, she's not fit again to go back to school. But to that one, we forced them to do so. And many of them have already gone back to school.
Many community leaders who saw the improvement of these beneficiaries and had become advocacy members of the project, like the senior woman teacher in Awoja Bridge, have been of great help within the school.
I am Auren Anna Rebecca. I teach here in Awoja Bridge Primary School. I teach a P2 class, and I am privileged to be the patron of the school advocacy club, and this is our club. It's Awoja Bridge Primary School Advocacy Club. Here on my right is one of the teenagers whom we recovered from home. He had dropped out, but I'm glad to tell you that he's here and is very serious with his studies. The community advocacy members to come and get this training so they go and sensitize the parents on the values of being at school. That's why you find today, as we are talking, the enrollment has gone so high. If I can remember last year, we had roughly 789 pupils. But today we have 1,098 children. So when you compare before and right now, we are getting very many children back to school. 8 girls, 10 dropping out, even boys. But right now, this year we have not registered any. Even right now as we are talking, we have a girl in P7 who is heavy pregnant. But with this talks that we always have with them, guidance and counseling, the girl is back at school.
Kakirora Jimo Milda, Shomi P7, Kawanini, Shomi Lemu Dodo, Mama Tika Pununge Wadikauna no P7. Etojo kidonga lopedo na ikono nyona bongdore na re chanchandonga pakina rimado nginado taido abongunu dongore da bong dongore do pae ationo de jare da dolore mame pone waida le ngapa nyame de tiono noi dodo buni de lo sido binyo biboya do jakai ore Engobi kapuno le wadi kauni kwena tanyu amame utu ebala bedo kwane bute project la CIDI ebe project ngoni agedo ngali mointo to betoto kama mondo to bikapuna beto jenya karango somero alosido kwaningo kapa abuni ade project ngoni la CIDI alosido kwaningo danyo e wadi kauna meja inyo ekose ilosi.
My name is Ogera Peter. I'm privileged for this project because it is doing us a lot more good than harm.
This is Emuria Primary School Advocacy Club. Our motto is education is the key.
I'm Rebecca. I'm the field officer for the reduction and empowerment of the Teenage Mothers Project. The project has two specific objectives. The first one is to strengthen the capacity of the advocacy groups to advocate for child rights, offer psychosocial support to the families, ensure that those at school are retained. They are also supposed to ensure that they manage conflicts at the families of the teenage mothers. The conflicts can range from gender-based violence and others like alcoholism. The other objective of the Teenage Mothers Project is to ensure that the economic status of the teenage mothers are improved through vocational skilling and ensure that they are able to get their own incomes to improve on the standards of living at home, at household levels. At the learning center, the teenage mothers are doing 4 skills. That is the catering, tailoring, hairdressing, and crafts and crocheting. But in this new phase, we added 160 students, and this comes to a total of 260 beneficiaries at the learning center. Each skill for this phase, we have 40 per each skill. The 40 beneficiaries are supposed to be skilled and trained by the TOTs of the first phase, the 16 TOTs of each skill of the first phase. Therefore, that is what we had for skilling for this phase. Thank you very much for your support. I remain CIDI Rebecca.
My name's Chen Evelyn Ejalu. I'm the project manager of the reduction and empowerment of the Teenage Mothers and School Dropout Project under CIDI, which is funded by the Seniors Without Borders. Actually, we are here at the Learning Center, which was established. As we can see, this is the Teenage Mothers and Training Center. This place is called Awoja and Aukot Sub-County. So what happens here is most of the things of skilling, but majorly I would like to introduce the project. The project title is the reduction and empowerment of the teenage mothers and school dropout. And then we have the overall objective, which is to build communities that promote reduction of the socio-economic consequences of the young female dropouts and support the girls in different vocational skillings. And now this project is trying to fulfill the UN Sustainable Goals, which UN Sustainable Goals, one of them is SDG 1, which is ending poverty. SDG 2 is ensuring healthy lives. SDG 5, achieving gender equality. And SDG 10, reducing inequalities in the countries. And then the last one is SDG 17, which is all about partnerships and developments. This project has had 2 phases. Phase 1 started in 2019, around March, and ended in December. The title remained the same, the overall objective was the same, except that some changes came around in phase 2. Now, in phase 2, we had two specific objectives that undercover, which is to strengthen the capacity of the community advocacy groups which had been formed in phase 1. And then the other objective is to strengthen socio-economic resilience of the young school dropouts and make them lead sustainable lives. These objectives continue from the objectives of phase 1, which stated to generate an environment which was enabling discussions among duty bearers. And the other objective still was all about equipping the 100 teenage girls in the first phase with vocational skills and other relevant education skills. So that has been a summary of our presentation of what exactly the Teenage Mothers Project is doing in the places I've mentioned. Once again, I remain Achen Evelyn Ejalu, the project manager of this project.